Hello guys, it's Korah here and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another episode of Korah clutches for you guys now. This episode is going to be very familiar to the very first one that I had, which is the game that I had for the tournament clutch on Winter Mal with my light tank. This game is almost identical except that it is a 1v4 and it is on a pub game, so not really a tournament game. So still, this was a game that was on my stream. Overall, it was a really nice game. And you'll see again, if you guys have watched my my video on the tournament clutch that I did earlier, it's literally almost exactly the same thing, just in pub version. And it kind of shows you guys that the same way that I play tournaments, the same way that you guys play pubs, right? It's very relatable in the end. A lot of people think that tournaments are completely different than how you play pubs, which in some cases yes, but in a lot of cases when you're trying to clutch a game up, it's no, you have to play almost exactly the same, right? So in this situation, should be a pretty interesting game. Again, if you guys enjoyed this series, which I think you guys do, but if you do, make sure you guys smash that like button and make sure you guys subscribe as well if you aren't already. But without further ado, let's head right into it. Alrighty guys, so here we are on the map Winter Mal here, and as you can see, enemy team here only has a TVP, which is the only medium that they have. And with this information I have here, I am a light tank, right? I'm in a T100, and T100, as I made a guide on this tank a while ago, and the one thing about T100 is that you have the best camo in the whole game. Basically, you will outspot every single tank in the entire game. And because of that, I'm actually going to be super aggressive early on here because I can completely outspot this TVP. I know there's no way he can challenge me. I can cross to the corner of the map here and there's no way he can spot me. And if he crosses as well, I should be able to spot him way before he crosses even because I have a better camo than he does, right? And very early on here, because of how aggressive we are, because of the fact that we took advantage of reading their lineup, we were able to figure out that, okay, med side is completely clear. We cleared out the entire med side in the first basically 30 seconds of the game here. Now we do find a 1v3, put a nice shot into him there. Actually, not really a nice shot. We do try to track him, it just does no damage. But other than that, it still was a decent shot. You're just kind of unlucky, the fact that it did no damage. And now 1v3, since we have tracer shells with the T100, he is spotted for 20 seconds. Now we see that he's for a second there, he doesn't look at us. We peek out, we get the kill on him. Very nice. So overall, this game looks like it's actually going to go very well for us. And we are basically in the enemy spawn within the first minute of the game. This is basically the best possible situation you could hope for if you're in a light tank, right, on this map especially, right? So we can try to flank behind them here and try to look for some damage we can farm on them pushing our heavy side. Now it's very obvious that they're pushing our heavy side. The only issue is that you guys can tell they're pushing the heavy side from the red line, from the far left of the C-cap, basically where the C-cap normally would be. And I don't really have shots in that. The only guy I can really shoot is the E100. Now if they had something in the middle, I would be easily farming that, right, with my positioning. But the only thing is that E100, and these guys, the enemy team here did a really good job of limiting the amount of damage I'm able to do, to them as they were pushing. Now, at this point here, they're kind of over pushing now, so now I have a little bit more opportunities to farm damage. So we do shoot the E5 here. I think the 50B as well should be an easy shot. We do go for the HE shot. We do get it, actually, 458, very nice. And now we're just kind of chilling, kind of holding this position. TVP gets spotted. Now TVP is the only medium tank in the entire game here, so my priority is the TVP. I'm gonna really try my hardest here to clear him out of the game because the second TVP dies, there's nothing that can. I mean, even the TVP has a hard time spotting me, but he's the only one who even has a chance to catch me. Everybody else is heavies and stuff like that, right? So I'm gonna try to shoot him, but he doesn't really give us the shot anymore, so we're kind of forced to shoot the E100 here. Now E100 makes a pretty bold play here. He is kind of his full sending for our T54E1 there, which I think is a mistake, to be fair. And now we realize that the WZ has shots on us, so we are going to leave our teammates here to clear the E100. There's no point for me to go for him. We do see the Type 68 there, a bit of an unlucky miss there. We do hit his track for no reason there. Did aim completely at his lower plate, to be fair, so I don't really know why that shot went there, but it is what it is. That is Blitz for you. And now that we see this tier 9 WZ here is moving up, we do have better camo than he does. As you can see, he still has not spotted us, by the way. He only spotted us after we shot, which is really crazy if you think about it. Now we do get actually super lucky there, and we get the clear on the WZ there. We roll him. I think he had a reactive, and we roll him for 268 or whatever, right? So that was a pretty important roll to get there. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this is a 4v2 at the moment, and our team does not look like they're doing very well. And look at the amount of AP shells I have here. Now I'm trying to use as much AP as I can here because I'm hoping I can kill this this TVP here. Can I get the call? If I can get the kill, it'd be huge. And yeah, we don't get it. So right now, 1v4 situation looks like I'm absolutely gonna be cooked here, right? We have a 50B YOLOing behind us, and we have 3 tanks basically in front of us. And now the only escape route I have here is to run into the 50B. Now In a situation like this, I have to rely a little bit on luck here, and I do get the luck. I have to say, I get extremely lucky with this 50B here. He misses basically an entire clip on me, and I end up getting the kill on him, even when he had reactive. Now, we're going to continue running here, and TVP spotted. Can we get the shot? Oh, we bounced that shot. That is super unfortunate, because that was one of my last AP shots. I have only one AP shot left, actually, by the way. So right after this, I have no more like normal AP, so I have to shoot premium AP, which does lower damage. So that TVP is probably not going to be a one shot for me anymore here. And there we go. We kind of a bit of a mistake there on my part for wasting the last normal AP shot that I had. I don't think I realized that in the actual game, you know. But now we see the TVP and we get the shot on him, and 296. As you can see, it's premium AP, so it does not roll high enough. If this was normal AP, it would have probably killed him there, you know. It's a little bit unfortunate, but in a situation like this, I'm just trying to create distance. Now, this is gonna look like, if you guys have watched my tournament clutch video with the same map, basically on the same tank as well, I'm playing this exactly the same way I played the tournament clutch. Actually, I'm trying to maintain red line distance. I'm trying to use my my camo to my advantage here, just trying to use the map, make it as big as possible. Now, as you saw there, the E5, I crossed in front of him. I did not shoot him actually at all, but it's the Type 68 who spotted me, because he was low-key closer than the E5 there, and that kind of puts me in a very difficult situation. Now, we do get the shot on the E5 to kind of make him a two-shot for us, and TVP is capping the base, which is, to be honest, in my opinion, a bit of a mistake here, but we will get away with it. Now, this Type 68, right away I see that he's going to push me. I do get a nice shot into him here. He is going to go forward, put one into me, which is, it's fine. It's a trade I'm willing to take. At least we get the kill. Now it's a 1v2. Now, we know TVP is a guaranteed one shot, and we know the E5 is a two shot. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to reset my camo, and I'm trying to like avoid the E5 as much as I can and go straight for the TVP, because the TVP is the one capping the base, and base cap is almost at 70 cap anyway, so it's not like I have that much time to kill him, right? Now, one thing I really want to make sure of here is if I can kill the TVP without getting shot, it's going to make my life so much easier instead of having to worry about being on one shot to the E5, right? And TVP, there he is. We outspot him. Big mistake for him there to stay in the cap the whole time. We do get the kill. Now, this is a 1v1, which is completely winnable at this point here. E5, we spot him, put a nice shot onto the side there, and there we go, guys. Basically, at this point, we've won the game. You know, I'm just taking my time here. This was, by the way, this was a game during my live stream, so if you see me kind of chilling, it's because I was checking my live stream chat. There was a lot of chatter going on in my live stream, so I was kind of reading that in the middle of the game there. So I had to kind of go AFK for a little bit there. I know there's nothing the E5 can possibly do to catch me, and we're going to kill him in just a few seconds here. So right away, we start moving in again, and we go around them. We get the kill. Oh, not quite the kill. We do track him, but it's fine. I mean, we're going to get to the side. We have a better reload. We're going to get the kill anyways, so there we go. So, what a nice game there. Again, if you guys watch my clutch video in the tournament, this video is very reminiscent of that one. So, you know, again, T100, I'm using camo, I'm using my view range, I'm using the fact that I have extreme mobility. I'm trying to use that like mobility to get to as far as possible, put a lot of distance between me and the heavy tanks especially, right? And that's what we did that game, and that's why we won that game. Now, we do get a mastery, really nice game there, a 6.3k mastery as well, call a ban of as well, you can see that with the medals. So overall, really amazing game there.
Alright guys, so we've reached the end of the video here, and there's just a couple things I want to talk to you about just regarding clutches in general. Now, as I mentioned before, whenever you guys are in a clutch, you know, you have to use whatever tank you're in to your greatest advantage, and it's the best way you can clutch a game, right? And you saw with my first series, like my first episode on the T100, the one in the tournament, again, I played it almost exactly the same way I played it this game. I used my camo, my view range, and my speed, right? And the same three things I used then are the same three things I used there. And my second video with the concept, at least, that 1v5 that I had there, I ended up using my armor, my gun depression, and my hull down capability, right? So those are the things that you have to keep in mind when you're in a clutch situation. You have to try to use your tank to its greatest potential, and you have to really do your best to, you know, take a fight that's on your own terms, a fight that favors you and your tank's own characteristics. So whether that's a heavy tank or a light tank, that's just the way you got to do it, right? That's going to give you the highest chance of you know, winning situations like that. They're supposed to be unwinnable, right? Now, of course, there is a lot of luck involved, to be honest. And in this game here, 100%, if this 50B like fully clips me out, I basically die, and there's like no way I can win, right? So, you know, there was a lot of luck with that situation. But again, I kind of like, again, I know the T100 has a super troll upper plate there. You see right here, if I angling the upper plate upwards, I know it's kind of troll, and there's a high chance I might bounce it, right? That's kind of what I was doing with the first shot on the 50B there. I was trying to bait him to shoot that part of my hull there, and he did, right? The other two shots, to be honest, I fully expected him to kill me there, but he just straight up missed, you know, and I just got lucky. I nothing else I could say. But in a clutch situation where a game should be unwinnable, you have to rely on luck sometimes. And just as much as you have to rely on luck, sometimes you have to rely on risk. Now, in this game here, we did not really have to rely on risk too much. I think we played it pretty safe overall. The only risky thing we did is like we had to like run basically in front of 50 feet, which yeah, I mean it was risky, but it was something I had to absolutely do, because if I run anywhere else, even if I don't kill it, the 50 feet is super dangerous and I have to kill him eventually, right? So at some point I had to take the fight, and I decided to take the fight early on, and it paid off. You know, we got rid of the 50 feet and the game was much more easy for me to clutch. Now obviously TVP on the enemy team there I think could have been a little bit more annoying to me, especially when I was trapped behind that mound where the Type 68 and the E5 had me kind of stuck there. If the TVP instead of capping the base ended up like YOLOing into me from behind, it's a much harder situation for me to win, right? Because if they all three of them push me at the same time, I just instantly die, right? So again, a little bit of luck involved with this kind of game, but overall it was still like a really good clutch, and I think I played that game like almost perfectly. You know, even from like start to finish, I played that game to perfection basically, and yeah, I think I did a very good job there. Hope you guys enjoy. Just again, if you guys want to check out any of my other clutches, I do have the full T100 guide that I did on it. This was like I did I think a while ago, but I'll link my full T100 guide in the top left, and then I'll link as well the tournament clutch that I had with the T100 on the top right. And if you guys want to watch that concept clutch as well that I have the previous episode, I'll link it in the bottom left as well. So hope you guys enjoy. Lots of content for you guys to watch as well if you haven't seen it already. But again, if you guys enjoy, make sure you guys smash that like button. Also make sure you subscribe if you're not already. I have lots of more videos coming your way. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.